Good morning, students. Yesterday we have started with a new topic, that is units and measurement. In this units and measurement, we have discussed the types of units, base units and derived units. So basically there are 7 base units. They are also called as fundamental units. For length, it is meter, mass, kilogram, then time, second, electric current, ampere, then thermodynamic temperature or temperature, Kelvin, then luminous intensity, candela, and amount of substance, mole. So these are the respective units, and 7 fundamental physical quantities corresponding 7 basic units, base units. These are called as base units. Now, in addition to these 7 base units, there are 2 more units, but they are not included as fundamental units. One is radian. It is a unit of angle. Second one is steradian. Radian, steradian. So radian is denoted by RAD, and steradian is denoted by small sr. These are the symbols. These are the special units. They are not included in the 7 fundamental units. These you can take them as special derived units. Both of them do not have any dimensions. Okay, what is the dimension and all, we will learn it little later. Now let us learn what is the meaning of radian. Radian is also called as angle between the planes. Angle between the planes at a particular point is called as, it is measured in terms of radian. Whereas angle which is formed at a particular point by a particular surface, spherical surface, it is called as solid angle. So steradian is unit of solid angle, and radian is unit of plane angle. Let us see what is the meaning of radian first, then we will learn about steradian. Radian is actually defined in terms of angle subtended by an arc of a circle. If, for example, this is a circle, and if this is the center of the circle, then angle subtended by an arc, suppose this is an arc, and whose length of this arc is delta s, or you can take delta L also. Delta L is the length of the arc, and if you take this one as radius, so angle subtended by an arc, if you take it as some angle theta, then it is defined as the ratio of length of arc to the radius. If r is the radius, where r is the radius, and delta s is length of arc, so angle subtended by an arc at the center is measured in terms of radians. We also know that it can be measured in terms of degrees. So we can find out the relation between degree and radian. That also is possible. So first, how to define radian, that is angle subtended at the center. If this is called as center C, then angle subtended at the center, I will write it first. Angle subtended by an arc. In this case, the arc length is delta S. This is an arc. Arc length is delta S. At the apex, this is also called as apex or center of that circular arc. Apex of this circular arc, not the center of this one. If you continue this one, this is going to form a circular path. So, what is the angle subtended by this arc at the center? So, it is calculated as theta is equal to delta S by R. This is by definition. Now, what is 1 radian? See, if delta S is equal to R, then we get theta equal to 1. So, that itself is called as 1 radian. Okay. If length of this arc is equal to radius, delta S is equal to R, then angle subtended by arc at the center, theta becomes equal to 1 radian. So, this is how we define what is 1 radian of angle. What is 1 radian of angle? 1 radian of angle at the center is angle subtended by an arc at the center when the length of arc is equal to radius. Angle subtended by an arc at the center when length of arc is equal to radius. Then delta S by R becomes 1. That itself is called 1 radian. So we will define now. 1 radian is that angle at the apex. It is also called as apex or center. Is that angle at the center or apex made by an arc, whose length is equal to radius of the arc, whose length is equal to radius. This is called as 1 radian, and symbol for this radian is RAD. Now we will find out what is the relation between radian and degree. What is the relation between radian and degree? Then later on we will define steradian. Okay, now I have defined radian. First let me finish this. Steradian. Steradian is a solid angle. Later on we will come back to this one. What is steradian? Steradian is angle subtended by a surface, a spherical surface, part of a spherical surface at the center of that spherical surface, at the apex of that spherical surface. For example, you must have enjoyed with cone ice cream. Cone ice cream. If you look at the cone ice cream, the cone appears to be like this. It appears like this. The cone appears like this. So this is the surface area. So if you imagine this cone is part of a sphere. It is a part of a sphere. I think you got it. It is a part of a sphere, and the angle subtended here by this spherical surface at the apex. This is called as solid angle. This is called as solid angle. It is denoted by omega, capital omega. Small omega is this one, this is small omega, capital omega is this one. So these are the symbols. Small omega, capital omega. Capital omega is the symbol for solid angle. Suppose this area is denoted by dA. Here it is a length, here it is area, right? Then if the radius of this part of the sphere, if the radius of this part of the sphere, if you just think of this is a complete sphere out of which dA is a part. If the radius of this spherical surface is r, then we define solid angle as omega equal to ratio of the surface area to the square of the radius. Ratio of the surface area to the square of the radius. So this is called solid angle. So first we define solid angle, then we will define what is 1 steradian. What is solid angle, then we will define what is 1 steradian. Solid angle is defined as the ratio of spherical part of the surface, ratio of spherical surface to the square of radius. Ratio of spherical part of the surface to the square of this radius. I think this is a three-dimensional picture. I cannot draw it on the board. On the board only we can see two-dimensional pictures. So imagine a cone, and the top surface of the cone is a part of a sphere. So what is the angle separated by that part of the cone at the apex, at the end? That is called a solid angle. So it is forming a cone. So angle separated at the center of that is called the solid angle. So solid angle is defined as the ratio of that spherical part of the area, spherical surface area, to the square of the radius. So if you take surface area in meter square and square of radius also in meter square, so meter square cancels. Therefore, solid angle also doesn't have any dimensions. Similarly, the angle separated here is defined as length of the arc divided by radius. Length of the arc is measured in meters. Radius is also measured in meters. So meter cancels. So this is also not having any dimension. It is just a number. Like angle 45 degree, it is just a number. 60 degree, it is just a number. Of course, it is a degree unit, but it doesn't mention any other dimension like meter or kg or any other base units. So degree is the unit of angle that we are already doing, but SI unit of angle, SI unit of angle is radian. So you can say SI unit of angle is radian, and SI unit of solid angle, SI unit of solid angle is steradian. These are two special units which do not have any dimensions. So dimensions, what is the meaning of dimensions and all, we will learn it a little later. Okay. Dimensions means, in roughly speaking, we can say dimension means which can be expressed in either of these 7 fundamental units. Like length is expressed in meter, time is expressed in second. See, speed is expressed as meter per second, and force is expressed as kg meter per second square. I think you got the point. Area is expressed as square of meter. So area is having dimension of 2 times the length square. So that is the meaning of dimensions, which we will study in detail later. Okay, I think we got the meaning of what is a radian and what is steradian. Now let us learn the relation between radian and degree. So we got 1 radian as equal to delta s by r, where delta s is equal to radius. So if it is 1 radian, then 1 radian is equal to how many degrees? I think you got the point. 1 radian is equal to how many degrees? So to understand this, let us draw a circle. This is a complete circle. And you know that what is the angle separated by? What is the angle separated by a particle which undergoes one complete circular motion? If it completes one revolution starting from point P and comes back to point P, how much is the angle separated by this? This is called complete angle. And this angle we are already knowing, it is 360 degree. 360 degree. So we will express this angle separated by so it gives you total length and circumference, isn't it? When it completes one complete revolution, it completes the path of that circular, it completes that circular path. So the angle separated by the circumference, angle separated by the circumference at the center is equal to 360 degree, which we are already knowing. So let me express this 360 degree in terms of angle separated by circumference in terms of radians. By definition, angle separated by an arc, theta is equal to delta s by r. Here again, if you take this one as radius and the entire length of this circumference, what is the entire length of the circumference? Entire length of the circumference is 2 pi r. Therefore, this can be also written as angle separated theta is equal to total length of the arc. Now total length of the arc becomes 2 pi r. And what is the radius of the arc? See here, delta s. Now entire delta s means the total circumference. Total circumference becomes 2 pi r and the radius is r. So if you cancel r here, you are left with 2 pi. So this is 2 pi radian. So we now equate 2 pi radians. 2 pi radian is equal to 360 degrees. This is the relation between radian and degrees. So if 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degree, what is 1 radian? Now we can get it. Therefore, right here, 2 pi radian is equal to 360 degree. Therefore, 1 radian is equal to 360 by 2 pi. 360 by 2 pi. So it becomes 180 divided by pi. Pi is 22 by 7. So if you calculate this, 180 by taking 22 by 7, finally you are getting 57. You are going to get 57 degree. 57.27 degree. Thus, 1 radian is equal to 57.27 degree. This is the relation between degree and radian, or 1 radian is equal to 57.27 degree. So 2 pi radian is equal to 360 degree. So pi radian is equal to 180 degree. I think you got the point now. Suppose the particle undergoes half circle, that is semicircle, then it will have 180 degree. 180 degree corresponds to pi. Suppose it covers 1/4 of this circular path. 1/4 of circular path means 90 degree. So 90 degree corresponds to pi by 2. For 180 degree, so you can just write the relation. 180 degree corresponds to pi. Divide by 2. 180 by 2 gives us 90. 90 degree corresponds to pi by 2. 45 degree corresponds to pi by 4 radians. So like this we can get the relations between the angles in degrees with respect to angles in radians. So this is very helpful in physics as well as in mathematics also. When you are dealing with trigonometry in mathematics, you will be expressing the angles not only in degrees, you will be expressing the angles even in radians. There it will be very useful conversion. 360 degree equal to 2 pi, 180 degree is equal to pi, 90 degree is equal to pi by 2, 45 degree is equal to pi by 4, 60 degree is equal to pi by 3, 30 degree is equal to pi by 8. So like this we are going to convert the degrees into radians, because radian is the SI unit of angle. Later we will study. Now let us define what is 1 steradian of solid angle. If suppose this is part of a spherical surface whose area is dA, and this is subtending angle at the apex at the center of this imaginary sphere. This is sphere. You have to imagine that this is a huge sphere, okay, and this is the cone of that sphere, and this is the surface area. Surface area. If the surface area is dA and the radius of this cone is r, then you can take this one as the radius. Okay. If dA is equal to r square, if surface area dA is equal to square of this radius r square, then by definition the solid angle subtended omega is equal to dA by r square. dA by r square becomes 1 steradian, 1 SR. So of course in this 11th class and 11th class we are not going into the details of much details of this solid angle, but for your knowledge you must know what is 1 steradian. 1 steradian is that angle subtended at the apex for which the amount of surface area is equal to square of the radius, for which amount of surface area is equal to square of the radius. 1 steradian is that solid angle at the apex or center. Apex means center. For which the surface area, amount of surface area is equal to square of the radius. Just try to remember mathematically. Omega is equal to dA by r square by definition. If dA is equal to r square, dA cancels with r square. It becomes 1 steradian. So 1 steradian is that solid angle subtended by a surface area. 1 steradian is that angle subtended by a surface area whose magnitude is equal to square of the radius. It is that angle subtended at the apex whose magnitude is equal to square of the radius. It is that angle subtended by the surface area whose magnitude is equal to square of the radius. This is how we define 1 steradian. Okay. Now next we are going to discuss about measurement of length. Now we are going to start discussing about measurement of length. Later on, measurement of mass, measurement of time, and so on. So SI unit of length, is meter, and in short it is denoted as small m. This is the symbol of SI unit of length. Now there are two methods: direct method and indirect method. For the measurements of small lengths, like small lengths like millimeter, centimeter, and kilometers, meters, we are using meter scale. For the measurements of thickness of the order of millimeter means 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. Centimeter means 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. Kilometer means 10 to the power of 3 meter in terms of SI. So these lengths can be measured using centimeter scale or meter scale or meter tape. Whereas the lengths which are shorter than millimeter of the order of 10 to the power of minus 5 to 10 to the power of minus 4 to 10 to the power of minus 5, 10 to the power of minus 4. These lengths up to this means 1/10 of a millimeter can be measured with the help of a scale. It is called as vernier calipers. You are doing an experiment using vernier calipers in the laboratory. Then lengths of the order of 10 to the power of minus 5. You are going to measure with the help of 1/100th of a millimeter. 1/100th of a millimeter can be measured with the help of another device called as screw gauge. And one more is there, spirometer. Screw gauge and spirometer. These are the devices which are used in the laboratory. So this method is called a direct method. So up to this we will be using direct method, but the lengths of the order of 10 to the power of minus 6 meter, these are in meters, to about 10 to the power of minus 7 meter, we will not be able to use these instruments. We are using instruments like electron microscope, and further of the order of 10 to the power of minus 7 meter to 10 to the power of minus 8 meter and so on, we are using tunneling microscope. So these are the direct methods. But measurement of the distance of planet, measurement of distance of star, measurement of distance of sun cannot be done with the help of such instruments. So we are following indirect method. So one of the important indirect method is parallax method. So indirect methods are used to measure large distances. Large distances such as distances of planets from the earth, distance of sun from the earth, distance of satellites like moon, distance of stars from the earth can be done with method called as indirect method. One of the important methods of this indirect method, one of the important methods is parallax method. That's what we are going to learn later. Okay, we will continue with the parallax method in the next session. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.